Hi everybody, this is Peter B, and welcome to another edition of Tobacco Card Tuesday. Now today I want to talk about a cousin of the T205s and T206s. Has characteristics of both of them and actually was made in between the two sets. So first I want to show you T205, and this is the gold border set, and this card is the minor league, and the set I'm about to show you is very similar fronts as the minor league cards. The minor leaguers had a portrait and a beautiful background with the gold border. The upper corners are the insignia or logos. This was the logo of the Newark Club. And the name and club were on the bottom. Once again, beautiful cards. And the backs of them look like this. So those are the T205s. Now the T206 backs, they all look like this, with various brands of cigarettes they were packaged with. In this case, this card came in the Tolstoy brand tobacco cigarette. And the fronts of the T206s look like this. And this is Hall of Famer John McGraw. But the backs are what very similar to the cousin of these two. And what I'm talking about is the 50 card military series named T80, T80. And I'll show you. Here is the front. Very, very similar to our T205's front. And this is of a U.S. cadet. The nice gold borders. The U.S. cadet is labeled on the bottom. And look at that background. You have a statue, and you have the marching cadets in their dress whites, and that beautiful sky in the background. Once again, very similar to the minor league T205s. Beautiful card. Now the backs, just like our T206s, other than instead of baseball series, it's the military series. And there were 50 cards in this series. I'm just missing a handful to complete the series, but beautiful, beautiful cards. So this is in one, a U.S. cadet, but it's still showing that beautiful, beautiful gold border. And here's a 7. This is Commander-in-Chief of France, T80 military series. And look at that. Look at that gold border. And like the T206, they have the logo or insignia up on top. And the name, or not the name, their position, rank, and country on the bottom. I mean, these are beautiful cards. The flag in the background, the sword, the blue sky, the dress medals on his jacket, the hat. Beautiful, beautiful cards. T80 military series. And once again, Tolstoy. Now, Tolstoy is the most common back, and all the cards I'm going to show you have a Tolstoy back. The T80 military series of 50 cards, they were distributed starting in February 1911 at the tail end of the T206 print run. Inserted into packs of Tolstoy, and like I said, they are the most common back, they were also found at Lenox, Use It, Cairo Monopole, and Old Mill. There is actually a memo in the hobby from the American Tobacco Company stating that on February 14th, 1911, Tolstoy cigarettes will no longer have the T206 inserts, but rather the military series of cards. And there's a second memo that states that Use It started packing the military series into its packs starting on March 18th, 1911. So these came out in, say, spring 1911. The 12 minor league T205s, these guys, were issued in the fall winter of 1911. So that way you have the kind of combination of both the T205 and the T206. So let me show you the cards I have. This is a Brigadier General of the U.S. Looks like he's on a horse. The red sunset-y background. Captain of Substance Department, USA. Nice palm trees in the background. Wearing the white unis. Nice deep blue sky. And of course those lovely gold borders. This is the Colonel of General Staff Cavalry. And look at that. Look at the background of this guy. Once again on horseback. Nice blue uniform. Collar says U.S. Wearing his hat. Beautiful sky in the back as well as the green grass. This one is Corporal of Infantry, U.S. He has his sword and his dress coat. And once again, beautiful backgrounds on these cards. This is the Lieutenant Colonel Quartermaster, Department, U.S. Now look at this guy with the gold buttons and the rope. Look at his sleeve. Now this guy's definitely higher ranked. And beautiful background. Got the American flag flying in the background, the green grass, the sky, and of course the lovely gold borders. Now we got Lieutenant General of the U.S. Nice deep red background. A lot of the minor leaguers, especially from Newark, had the same deep red background. Got binoculars. Once again, it looks like he's on horseback. Look at the collar, the gold on his collar and the gold on his shoulder, the buttons. And of course the gold in the border. Beautiful cards. And this is Lieutenant General U.S. in a khaki uniform. And this is actually Lieutenant General U.S. in a blue uniform. So this is showing the two different uniforms. Lovely cowboy hat, the blue background, the U.S. on his collar. Once again, seems to be on horseback. This is Private Coast Artillery, U.S. And just look at these cards. If you love the T205s like I do, you definitely would love these cards. There is Private Infantry, U.S. This one depicting wintertime. You got the fort in the background, flying the flag. You got the snow behind him. This is Private Signal Corps, U.S. Got the barracks in the background, holding his rifle like he's marching. You got Sergeant Cavalry, U.S. on horseback with the flags. Beautiful gold background on, borders on these cards. And once again, I only have the Tolstoy, but they have the very T206 looking backs. And we have the Sergeant Major of Infantry, U.S. The cowboy hat. The U.S. on his collar. Beautiful background. And we got Trumpeter of Cavalry, U.S. on horseback carrying his trumpet. The cowboy hat. Once again, beautiful background. And the last U.S. one I have is Troop A NYSM. And look at the gold swords crossed above on the background. Beautiful cards. I'm missing a couple of U.S. ones. And they have other countries. We'll start with Austria. This is another Austria. Look at the gold. Look at the gold just shining in the sunlight. Now we have China. Once again, I'll have the Tolstoy backs. The other backs are much rarer. And we have a bunch of England. Look at the golden lions on this one. The orange yellow background. England. Once again, there's the gold lions. Once again, these were issued in 1911. This is the Royal Indian Guard, but still in English command. Got the India style building in the background. Just look at these cards. Beautiful. And then you got some Scotland cards, once again part of the England. Another Scotland. I'm trying to not put my shadow on the screen. And a final England, showing the Scottish bagpipes. And this one looks like got a lion on the left and maybe a horse on the right. Scottish rifle piper. And you got France. Algerian cavalry, but under French ownership at the time. The beautiful buildings in the background. Alpine trooper from France. The mountains in the background. French flag on top. Another France. The French flag. Beautiful background. Beautiful. Look at these cards. They're beautiful cards. And another France. And now we got some German officers. There's a general. Oh, look at this card. The German helmet with the point. Beautiful sky. All decorated out in his military uniform. Looks like a general for sure. And there's a German. Bright yellow background. And we have Italy. Look at the gold borders on these. Italian Abyssinian infantry. Look at this. He must be down at the Riviera or something. Palm trees in the background. Wearing white uniforms, keeping cooler. And look at those gold borders shine in the sunlight. And now we got some Russian. The Russian architecture in the background. Get a bayonet. Now we got Swiss on horseback in the Alps. And finally we have some Turkey. So once again, these are 1911 T80 military series. And I got one showing a Japan officer coming, and one of the US cards are missing coming. And then there's a few other US cards I haven't seen yet. But beautiful cards. So thank you for watching. I hope I've shown you a series of tobacco cards you may have never seen before. And I hope you enjoyed it. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye.